Look what I found sitting at Bowman Gray, and it's been over there a few years and I've noticed it off to the side, but I finally decided to take a closer look at the truck that hauled one of the most famous modifieds around, the Mystic Missile. Now it hauls that blue modified you saw there a second ago that's driven by Daniel Beeson. Daniel Beeson bought this truck, the 1985 GMC, from Bob Garbarino, who was the owner of a long-time modified team, the Mystic Missile Racing team. And the inside of this thing is absolutely stunning. Check that out. But let's find out more about why Daniel Beeson decided he wanted to have that hauler, the Mystic Missile.
How did you know about it? And tell me this, how you wanted to get it.
Well, I'm kind of a history buff when it comes to racing. I grew up seeing the truck at the big events and just thought it was a cool truck. It was actually built because Bob owns a marina up in Connecticut and he could put it on the ferry. So he couldn't put a truck and trailer. But anyway, I was aware of the truck, liked the nostalgia around it, and been pursuing it for 4 solid years. And finally wore Bob down, got to meet him, got to be friends. We actually vacated with him last year. But with the help of another racer, Chuck Hosfield, he helped me kind of put the deal together. Finally talked it out of Bob's hands. And believe it or not, we pulled out, he was crying.
Oh.
So he bought it new, and they raced from Daytona to Stafford in it. And so it was a cool deal. But yeah, that's the story on it. That's all it's ever done. It's all modifieds.
How's it drive?
Great. So it's set 5 years. We went up there to Mystic in December 2 years ago, fired it up and drove it all the way home. Put a Buick in the back and come home.
Nice.
About froze to death. It does good.
What year is it?
It's an 85.
All right, 85.
Yeah.
Nice.
He actually, Ken Schrader, retired NASCAR driver, orchestrated getting it built when it was new. At that time, he drove for Bob. So, yeah.
Let's take another look at this sucker. Look at the ramp up in the back, the way the car goes up in there on the ramps. All of that original look, the tire storage and the toolboxes. And they told me that up here is one of the first pit box type toolboxes ever built that Bob Garbarino built for his team. Just take a look at this truck. And of course, this is the daytime pre-race look. Truck sitting there, car out back, but then after the race, the car goes back up in there. Check that out. Nice clearances. Got the big tires on it still. Look at that engine hoist there to change engines, sitting up on the side of the wall. Car's ready to go home. Tires on the rack. Been a long day of racing. Check it out. What a neat look. What a neat old hauler. Something that was used through the 80s and 90s and up until just really a few years ago by the Mystic Missile team. Now it's Daniel Beeson's.